What's going on, everybody? Welcome back for another One Piece review. The Voyage continues with episode 1116. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button to join the council and become a part of the crew. Ladies and gentlemen, the council is now in session. Let the meeting begin. All right, everybody, welcome back for another week of One Piece. As always, I hope you're doing super fantastic, everybody. So for this week, of course, we got the 1116 reaction, but this one is highly condensed because not much happened on this episode. After that, we got the 1116 discussion, and then we're gonna round out this episode with with some of the recent news that we got for the season 2 of the live action One Piece, everybody. So let's go ahead and get into it. Talk to us, Buggy. Okay, new ship. Talk to us. Yeah, let's go take a look at it. Okay, spend some moonies on it. All right. All right, show us what we got there. That's dope though. They a whole circus ship. It's better than his original ship. Oh, but yeah, Crocodile and Mihawk may not necessarily like it. Yeah, they just got to get over that. Not they manhandling my boy. Okay, so are they trying to make their own nation as well? Or it's just they're just trying to build a strong military so they can do whatever they want. Talk your shit, Buggy. They're not having it. They're not having it, Buggy. Okay, Buggy. I mean, Oda made Buggy an emperor, so figure he will have some type of input on in how the acquiring of the One Piece will go. So Sabo live. That's crazy. That was a wild attack for him to survive. So definitely interesting to hear how he made it off the island. That's crazy. It's crazy he actually survived that. Well, I guess in a sense, if it's not a hockey attack, right, he could just fly away from it. Right? But I mean, he's on a ship. I don't know what's going on right now. Let's figure out. Look at him now, boy, Chris. So he managed to save some of the citizens of Leloucia. That's cool. Okay. What the hell you got, Sabo? What you learned? Yeah, a lot went down at this river. Okay, so we're gonna finally learn what really happened. That's what I'm talking about. So, episode 1116 essentially starts off with Cross Guild having this big celebration slash rally as they take down their first major Navy soldier, the Vice Admiral T-Bone. And now, I'm not even gonna lie, the way they took this man down is kind of messed up, using a civilian to attack a Navy soldier. That's, that's a cheap shot, but unfortunately, all at the end of the day, war is war. It is what it is. So, but however, during their celebration, Buggy gets word that their new ship is complete. Me personally, I think their new ship looks fantastic, right? It perfectly fits Buggy, with this whole clown theme that he got going on. The ship, right? Whoever made this ship, right? They put a whole circus on top of the ship. I love it, me personally. However, unfortunately, both Mihawk and Crocodile didn't love the new ship, so they decided to take Buggy to the back to teach him a lesson, everybody. During this time, we learned that Mihawk and Crocodile wants to build their own nation, a military nation that won't be threatened by any power. So, at this point, really nothing new for Crocodile, right? When we first met the guy, he was trying to take over a kingdom, right, and make his own nation there. And then now he's trying to essentially do the same thing, but with the help of Mihawk, but well, not by the same thing by not, taking over a nation, but build his own nation, right? But of course, with the help of Mihawk. And I'm assuming Mihawk really just wants like a place to relax and chill because, the Navy's trying to come after him. So why not, build a nation somewhere he can call home, right? But the more interesting fact to me right now is that now we have two major power groups trying to build their own nation. Looks like they're going about it in two different ways though. Blackbeard is going about it by grabbing power, but looks like he's also going to try and core host the Navy slash the world government to kind of let him become a nation that's certified by the world government, right? Or not certified, recognized by the world government. That's one of the main reasons why he kidnapped Kobe, right? Because he was going to use him in his ploy to do that. But Mihawk and Crocodile, they're going a little bit of a different route, with a military nation, just trying to grab this big massive power and create their own nation that way, right? So yeah, really cool though. Definitely. But concurrently at the same time as this is going on, as we're hearing about Crocodile and his new nation that he wants, right? Buggy begins to contemplate his life and wonder how he got where he is. He remembers the day of Roger's execution and the disagreement he had with Shanks due to his unwillingness to go hunt for the One Piece. Buggy thought Shanks was going to follow in Roger's footsteps and become the king of the next generation. Don't we all, Buggy? Remembering this spark in Buggy, and he thinks to himself, even if it was by mistake or by accident, he is now on equal footing with Shanks, and he makes his big declaration to go to become the Power King, go after the One Piece, everybody. So Buggy is in the race for the One Piece. It's kind of, Buggy has always been our little gag character throughout One Piece, and somehow he has stumbled his way all the way up to be one of the four emperors, which was crazy. But I guess in hindsight, one could say, this is destiny, right? A former person on the last crew, a former crew member of the last Power King, right? Gurren, right? So who's to say he doesn't have what it takes to become the Power King? So now both him and Shanks are emperors, which is really cool. Definitely interesting to see how Cross Guild now interferes and manipulates and the going and getting another One Piece, especially because at this point, they don't have any road poneglyphs, right? So it's almost like they're still at zero, even though he is an emperor. I don't think he has any road poneglyphs, so it's definitely going to be interesting to see how he does get there, because I have no doubt in my mind that one way or another, Buggy will end up at Laugh Tale, right? It's just, the writing been on the wall for a minute now. Buggy will end up at Laugh Tale with everybody else some way, somehow, right? So, also in episode 16, we also got the reveal that our boy Sabo is alive. Sabo, the Flame Emperor, everybody. He is alive. He's still kicking it. And he managed to survive the attack on Lelouchia, that crazy attack that we saw our Emu use and to just utterly devastate and destroy Lelouchia, right? That shit was crazy. But I was gonna say I'm gonna wonder and ask how the hell did he survive, but now I'm just gonna go with the assumption that point of view that we saw from Sabo when he was at Lulusia, right? We know he was when Imu was in the process of destroying the nation and all that, and we saw that Sabo was close enough to see the green light from everything. But I'm just gonna go with the assumption that he was already leaving Lulusia, but he was still close enough to actually see the destruction though, and that's how he was able to escape because there's no way he would have been able to protect himself and an entire ship from something like that, right? Like, and just all those people, I don't know. I'm just not. I don't see it, right? I don't see it. So I'm just gonna assume he was already heading out, Lucia, but they were still close. They were still close enough to where they could see the destruction, though. So that's how he survived, and he just came on home, right? But nonetheless, really not much to say about this. Glad Sabu's alive, and he's finally also gonna tell the story of what truly happened during the reverie, because a lot of stuff went down. We're still in the dark about a few stuff, and so it looks like we're finally gonna be able to learn from Saba about what truly happened at the reverie. And then also probably some of this will probably also see some of the reasons why Kuma is heading back to Marie's Wise right now as well, right? So that'll be cool as well. That will be cool as well. Hopefully those two situations kind of coincide with each other, those reasons. And just glad to see Sabo still around and kicking around, man. But before we head to the last section of the episode, I did want to talk about something from 11:15 that I missed. So during 11:15, when Aokiji was having, that flashback with him talking to Blackbeard and his crew, when he first joined them, right? They mentioned this guy's just and they called him the man with the burn scar, right? Oh, here Oda is just introducing people still. Still. So apparently this guy sails a pitch black ship, and if anyone approaches, he will summon a giant whirlpool which swallows you up, which is crazy. So I wonder if he has something like, I don't want to say this is dragon because this couldn't just be dragon, right? The reason why I don't think it's just dragon because one, why would dragon be out there doing that stuff? But two, one of Blackbeard crew members, Wolf, he mentioned that he believes that the man with the burn scar, actually works with the government. So probably just gonna assume he works with the government. If that's a little hints we got, maybe that he works with the government. Speaking of the government, right? And some more name drops that we got from the government was, during the reverie as well. Well, some of these guys named the Holy Knights, right? We had no idea who they were, but they got name dropped during the reverie as well. And maybe we'll learn about them when Sabo talks about what truly went down during the river as well. So maybe we'll figure out who these Holy Knights is. Maybe this the man with the burn scar is one of the Holy Knights, right? Because there we go, that might line up, right? We already got the reveal of the Holy Knights back when right around when AK first started, right when we was getting the news about what happened at the reverie. And now we got some man with the burn scar that might work with the government. Who knows? Maybe he's one of the Holy Knights. But yeah, it's just crazy that Oda's still just dropping people out of nowhere, man. So definitely, interesting to see if the man with the burn scar shows up at any point during Egg Egg now that he has been, name dropped essentially, right? Definitely excited for that. All right, so to round out this episode, we're going to be talking about the recent news from the One Piece live action season 2. But before that, everybody, it has officially been over 1 year since Luffy has officially attained his peak and the reveal of Gear 5, everybody. So this week, the question of the week is, what are your thoughts on Gear 5, everybody? Do you like it, love it, hate it? We finally have, had a year to sit down with it, and revel in it, and think about it. And we also got to see, in action twice. We got to see it versus Lucci and we got to see it versus Kaido. And, soon we're about to get to see it versus, what's his name here? Admiral Kizaru. Yeah, there we go. Admiral Kizaru here on the AKG eventually, right? We're gonna see him pop off against him. So what are your thoughts on Egg Egg? It has been a very decisive form. Some people love it. I think some people even hate it. But I'm definitely interested, to hear you guys' thoughts below on your opinion on the Gear 5. But to end off this discussion, everybody, once again, the recent news from the One Piece live action season 2, we're going to be talking about this message that we just recently got from Oda Sensei about the live action One Piece. And I'm just going to read this message that we got from him, everybody. So here we go. So season 2, yes, the live action One Piece is currently in production with filming well underway. The story will cover Logue Town, Reverse Mountain / Twin Cape, Whiskey Peak, Little Garden, and Drum Island. Think about it. Imagine how much it'll cost, LOL. But whether it's the script or the cast, I continue to insist on this or that, which makes matters which makes Matt, the showrunner, excuse me, go "R," and Netflix go "No," and Tomorrow Studios go "What?" as they all pull their hairs out. All that, even though we grew so close making season one. Oh, that's crazy. But it is because we share the same passion for this show. Just as with last season, they've gone out of their way to promise that they won't put the show out until I'm satisfied. This isn't an ending contract, it's a verbal pledge. Hope you can appreciate how amazing and determined they are for keeping their word, and they certainly proven their ability to bring this world to the screen. I just can't wait to see it. Meanwhile, the previously announced cast is compiled on the official X account, which it is, so go check it out. The Grand Line is an even more expansive world, You may wonder what was the inspiration behind the kingdom. How would it connect to the real world? Naturally, the distinctive cast members have been assembled from around the world, and I can't help but get excited thinking about how the adventure has already begun. Among those yet to be announced, what about Vivi and Miss All Day Sunday? What are they doing with Chopper? We can't announce everyone all at once, but starting tomorrow, we'll be announcing more cast members over 3 days of August 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. Look out for those and stay tuned for more exciting updates to come. And so I'm just going to start with right there. Yes, everybody, they did announce those cast members. Over these past days, we got the reveal for the cast members for Vivi, her father, King Nefertari, for Dr. Hiruluk and Dr. Kareha, everybody. But of course, once again, you can check out the full reveal of all the cast members that has been revealed so far for season 2 on their official X account, the One Piece Netflix account, right? So you can go over there and check out the full cast that has been revealed, everybody. But as far as the arcs that we're going to be covering in season 2, this is about pretty much the arcs that I thought that was going to get covered for this season, right? I didn't expect to see Alabasta in this season at all, considering how long Alabasta is. I'm pretty sure season 3 just might be all Alabasta, right? Season 3 might just be all Alabasta and maybe a little bit of the intro into Skypiea, maybe just depending on how they want to do it, right? But yeah, so I'm definitely excited for season 2. Definitely wondering how they're gonna do Chopper. I'm pretty sure they're probably just gonna do some little CGI type guy or something, right? I'll be hell surprised if they put like a guy in a suit or just put antlers on top of a guy and just call it a day. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna go with some type of CGI stuff for Chopper. Just definitely ready to see, how they make his character model. Hopefully it's not ugly. Hope they do his justice, and it's nothing crazy. I think I'm most excited to see how they handle Little Garden for this season, because Little Garden we get Dorian Bragi, so the Giants. I want to see how they do the Giants and just all that fighting and stuff that goes on in Little Garden, because even Mr. 3 does have some cool powers. The little his wax candle powers and all this natures and things of that I do think there is cool. But yeah, definitely interested to see how they handle Little Garden, especially Logtown is right as well, right? Because we get to see we get to see Smoke, right? We get to see Smoker's son, get to see how they do his powers, and two, we just get to see the classic scene of Luffy about to be decapitated by our boy Buggy at Logtown as well. So I guess we might get a small dragon reveal as well. I don't know if they necessarily did I don't think they did an official casting reveal for Dragon. So I don't know if they'll show Dragon during this or not. Hopefully they do, right? Keep it true to the material here. But nonetheless, that is the news that we got from the season 2. But I do think, before we do wrap it up for that, I do think it is cool how Netflix is ensuring and making sure Oda is happy with everything before they release it. I think that's hella cool. They did that the first go around with the first season. Oda mentioned how they didn't release it until he was completely satisfied with everything. So it just goes to show you the love and care that they're taking with this live action. Oda Sensei is very much right there, got his hands involved in it. He doesn't have full control over everything, of course, but he has his hands in the show, and he's making sure it is somewhat great right before they put it out. So definitely excited for season 2, and just definitely excited to see how far the live action is gonna go. I don't think, me personally, they're gonna make it past the pre-time skip. I'll be hella surprised if they even get to the pre-time skip, to be quite honest with you, right to Marineford and do all that. I'll be hella surprised if they even get there. But yeah, So that's all I have for this week, everybody. Next week is going to be a filler episode. So, of course, once again, we don't review fillers, everybody. So everybody, take a break, watch some other stuff this summer season. And there's some good shows in the summer season. Also, take this time to maybe catch up to check out some of our podcast content that we got on the YouTube channel, everybody. And we'll be back next week after that, after the filler episode is done, of course. But once again, everybody, I thank you all for joining me, and I hope you all have a great day. Peace.